Hey, it's DeathToBoredom for day 17 of the mountain training. I have to say that I didn't get any drawing done. Unfortunately, I did get some writing done though. Uh, I- but I'd say that most of the day was pretty wasted. Like, I didn't even go on the internet very much. Uh, Outside of eating and gym. So, like I ended up taking a nap, and the day is almost like a blur, honestly. Um, like I don't think I did much anyway. Uh, but I did learn a lot. Um, so not much people know, but I've followed the anime industry for a long time, and as I said, um, I did I did I was watching a video, Key Animator Training Program, the ultimate entry into digital animation. I just finished it today, while eating. Um, and yeah, it was interesting, you know, it's basically teaching a key animator how to use Clip Studio Paint from scratch for animation. And then after that, I watched this 25-minute video on, the corrupt working conditions in the animated industry. And it's good that there's a television program that's making light of this issue. And there are a few um, proposals as to how to deal with it. Well, like, one step at a time kind of thing. Uh, but I did learn quite a few things. Like I already knew how corrupt the anime industry was in working conditions for animators. Every frame is 200 yen, and even the fastest uh animators can only draw at most 20 frames per day. So that's about $40, but like each frame is a full drawing, a full character drawing or something like that. But and like it goes into like how this all goes, you know. It starts off with the production committee. Uh they give money, funding to the studio. So, there's many animation studios. So, they pick the animation studios to give funding to make the anime, and they the amount of work that needs to be done for a 24-minute episode is just, or even 20 minutes, whatever, it's just not worth it. Now, even it's like I would have to say that there definitely needs to be more protesting, but like in the first place, animators knew what they were getting into, and they would get burnt out afterwards. Like this guy says, it says that after 6 months he went into depression, you know. But in any case, so and then he had to leave. And then but like yeah, protesting, Uh, from the way that it sounds, like for one thing, I think that they should honestly lower the animation, the time on air from 24 minutes to like 10 minutes, honestly. Uh, and like as a result, lower the amount of work that's necessary, right? Uh, and so that they can like, give more money to the animators per frame. Going from 200 to 400 though isn't really much of a difference. It's like not, yeah, it's really not much. Um, but like that would also double like other people's pays as well. And I don't know what the cost is, what the pay is like for hiring background artists and coloring and effects team and then there's the sound and then there's music and there's the voice actress and voice actors and then there's all and obviously there's director and stuff but apparently um in the studio the director does get a cut of profits that the production committee makes out of like merchandise and all that stuff uh and like a few others that are like in the top end of the studio also get some profits. Um, but animators, they don't they just get the basic wage and that's it. And the basic wage is 200 yen per frame, which is basically a dollar 80 cents in American. That this translation says. So it's of this time, I guess, or whatever, 5 months ago, really. But like getting paid $1.80 per drawing, like even though they're just line arts, right? They are very well made line arts. That's the thing. They are very intricate line arts that are made to smoothly work with each other, and like it just one just very smoothly goes into the next. And that takes a lot of skill. Uh in any case though. Yeah. So definitely should watch this video. 25 minutes. You might not be able to know all the terms, but you'll definitely get a very good idea of what's going on. And they do propose like these two propose their own solutions. One guy suggests using AI. I don't know how they would implement it, but I do not want them to implement it the way that it's being implemented right now with the controversial way anyway. I don't know what kind of AI they're talking about though. The other guy is telling the government to use the tax uh, gained from the production committee's merchandising because like they make 180 billion yen dollars. I don't know. As of last year's stats analysis, and so it's like the government takes a piece of that pie with taxes, right? And so they could use those taxes to implement better working conditions for the animators to give them to get them a healthier lifestyle. Um, I have seen okay, that in game companies like uh, Square Enix, maybe that's probably an example. I think it was Square Enix anyway, and then another one. I do believe. No, I'm not sure if I saw Nintendo's, honestly. I did see Bandai Namco's, though. Okay, so their workers, their conditions are like, pretty top quality. And obviously, mobile game companies, like they share similar um, working conditions for their workers, They treat their workers mostly right. I don't know, like, I don't know what the pay is like, but they seem to be uh fine and well with their working conditions and like the working conditions does include some benefits and like one of them had like their own in-house massage um area and another one had like this in-house napping bed machine where you can like use this so you go into the machine, you lay down, and then you like you have this like you get this eye rest to go along with it that will like it's supposed to soothe your eyes or whatever, steam it and soothe it, and you rest for like 30 minutes or something in it. And then there's also like an in-house cafeteria. I believe it was in the Bandai Namco one, and so it's like by having that they can spend less money on food for more like quality food, that is like, so it's like, oh, you could get like a beef bowl for like 500 yen or something like that. I don't know, it was something like that anyway. So yeah, there are like cheaper costs and for stuff, even though they're still paying for it, but like I think it's fair enough. I mean, you're getting quality food at good proportions for a cheap price. And I think that's definitely something that should be that's it's good enough. It's good enough, you know. That's good enough. But in any case, though, let's see what else. There was also, okay, so there's this one company that took on a factory setting, so it cut costs by 30%, so they can factory-esque fashion work. Yeah, see if I'm even a little bit late, I'm immediately sort of scrutinized. Yeah, so they take on a factory setting kind of working condition that cuts costs by 30%. At the same time, how is the pay still? And it's like, is the pay good? No, obviously not, because like to make an anime at the same cost as as other studios, no way they can pay their animators any much more. Like maybe 30% more. Oh wow. Like go from 200 yen to 260 yen. Boom. Whoa. Whoa. So good. No. No. Okay. But like if they're taking a factory setting though, um, that would have to mean that they have to do like hourly pay kind of thing. But the thing is, that's only if they follow everything that a factory-esque setting would be doing, right? But they don't have to. That's the thing. It's like there's nothing that backs up paying them more, paying animators more. Okay. But there's a so I don't really know how this company really works. Okay. So far it seems fine. At the very least, the working conditions are better than most animation studios that I've seen, which is like kind of pretty much really sad, honestly. It is honestly really sad. But there's this lady who one time fell over in illness, uh, working in her 20s and as an animator, and she had to quit. And then she built up this lifestyle and this new kind of studio, I guess. I don't know what this is. It should be a studio, but like there's like so little workers. Like I think there was like only 5 people or something. Also, this is a I just noticed that there's a foreign guy. That's cool. Yeah, they use tweening. Okay, they use tweening in this one. This one, they use tweening, and the animation is very good for what it's worth. Anyway, for just like a few people, I don't know if there's more people, but just looking at this one clip is already says so much about it, and like yeah, so they'll get into it. So you should watch the video about it. Uh, Now, it does lack a lot of things. For one thing, okay, it's very cartoony. It has very little details, and and like there's barely any shading, you know, like not you can there isn't even one shadow, okay? It's just yeah, so it's so the art style is very simple anyway. But that's not the that's not the what is it called? The focus here, okay? The focus is that they did all this with very little people, and also it saves a lot of time to animate this way. So this is another route to take. And you know, if I want more shadows or whatever, more details, just hire more people to do it. You know, as you can see, they can multiply the amount of characters or objects. And as you can see, they use it in this way to uh, make some really crazy animations multiple times. You can see it's like really crazy here. Wow. Anyway, yeah, all this crazy lively animation is possible for a lot less work anyway. That's for sure. But obviously, there are some limitations. Um, in that well, I can't say too much because there's not you can't really judge much when it's like made with a small team. That I know of anyway. That I know of, it's a small team anyway. But I mean, it certainly did a good job for what they disclosed anyway. Um, and I do think that there's definitely a lot of potential in this, and I can't really say more than that. Like, sure, I can have criticisms of what I see on screen, but that's like discounting a lot the fact that there's or at the very least from what I'm seeing, it's a very small team. And I don't want to like say I don't want to like give criticism when it's under that context, you know? Like this is a team of like what seems to be 5 people versus an animation studio which has at least 20 people plus. But yeah. Uh yeah, so there's a lot of things that can be done. I did there was also talks about how the animation studios they can make their own merchandise. So they can like one animation studio opened up a cafe to get some, you know, get some profits from the anime that they made. So there are other routes to take to help fund themselves. But you know, every bit of drop helps to do better for the industry. Okay, like better working conditions, better pay, and like just advancement in technology to teach like animators how to like use these kinds of technology. The possibilities are endless, honestly. Um, and but it's starting from a very low standard, so uh, it's pretty much a given that there's so many possibilities to go about. But you know, I do want to see some good news. You know, like just this. Hey, this year we got this. Hey, next year we got this. So kind of thing. But I would like it if they could like get it all done in one go or whatever. It's like it's not. It's really not asking much. I feel, especially since the production committee makes all the money. So like, what they do is they give 100 million yen to every animation studio to fund them in making the anime, and then the anime has to be 24 minutes long because of production. I mean, for airing time, like that's the standard airing time for anime, which really sucks. So like, can you not make it lower? But no, I guess you cannot because production committee would not allow that, I guess, in a way. But what is it called? So, if 300 animes are made every year and 100 million yen goes to studios, that should be like 30 billion. Let's see, let me just do the calculation cost or whatever. 300 times 100 million yen, and that would be 30 million. So it costed them 30 million, and yet they made 180 billion in profits. Even taking away from that cost, like what the hell? They didn't. They just. They didn't. It feels like a very small fraction was imparted for a lot of yeah, value. In the end, the animators do have to fight for their own rights, though. If they want this to go faster, but they don't know how to. That's the issue. But yes, that would be the fastest route to go to protest. All animators need to protest and just stop working, get a different job, a part-time job, working a part-time job, and yeah, uh that's in protest um for better working conditions and better pay. That truly is the fastest way to go because you take out the animators, right? What do they have? There is no animation studio. That's all there is to it. Like that's the simplest, most effective way to get what they want as animators. In any case, though, I've been DTB, DeathToBoredom, and sorry that that it turned out like this. It's just that I'm very passionate about the anime industry, anime in general, uh, and I love anime so much. So I just want the best for their for the animators. I don't know about the other workers because they don't really talk about them and their wage. Uh, they only ever like talk about the animators, and if that's the case, then then it just goes to show how much worse animators have than they would, right? That's all there is to it. But yeah, animators need to step up for themselves. I mean, I think that like they should all communicate, work together, and just stop working, protest, or at the very least, like plan out their protest first, right? So they communicate with each other and plan out a protest, and then they will all submit their protest to each of their individual animation studios and the production committee, like it make make everybody aware, make YouTube videos of it, even like Twitter, make Twitter awareness, uh, and like make Reddit like talk about it, and then just by giving out that plan to everybody, telling everybody what you're about to do is like, oh, it's probably going to be effective enough. Like you wouldn't even have to actually go into protest. They would just, have to comply, right? Because again, there without animators, there's no animation studio. It's just a no-brainer, you know? So it's like, what can they do about it? They have to now put money into uh improving working conditions for animators. Uh and the production committee has to put in something, or else, you know, no, they can't. They won't have they won't have their big profits, right? Like you send these what's it called? You send these protests to the production committees. Tell them, hey, because of you, we're not going to, be animating, because you won't give some of that profit to us animators who work so hard to make these make these anime that go well and beyond their scope, uh the amount of pay that they got, right? Like, show some goddamn appreciation.